It would help if I hit into the show. Oh, we were coming in sideways here. Yeah, I was like, ran to the restroom real quick. Didn't shave before I came on the live today.
And I've got the hair that Mike makes fun
of. Listen, I don't even have time to make fun tonight, Michelle.
So
I wish I took a couple shots before I came on the live of energy drink.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, we had to work last Saturday and Sunday, and then I've been working 10, 11, 12 hours a day, and then looks like I got to work this Saturday, and it's just been a long time at work. But hey,
hi.
We're glad you joined us.
Thank you so much.
Excuse our rudeness. But tonight's show is going to be fun. We're going to talk about things on a cruise ship, or, it could be any vacation, really. And some things maybe you run into that you're just like, hey, that's rude. We've been, people said we've been rude before. So we're going to talk about,
intentional.
Yeah, hey, Lee, how you doing? Good to see you in here. I think we got a raid coming in from Thursday night trivia coming over to see us. But hey, we hope all of y'all coming in stay with us. And we're going to talk about rudeness tonight. So some of it you may not think's rude. Some of it you may think is rude. And some of it, as my mama would say, boy, you got better manners than that. One thing like I get in trouble on, and I've had some of the people on videos have complained about this, Michelle, to me, is wearing a hat in the
I think that's silly.
In eating places, like in the main dining room or like C-Day brunch or just in general. Listen, I get it, old school. It's rude to wear a hat at the dinner table, and I get all that, but
I'm okay with the hat.
To me, times have changed. I mean,
don't come without a shirt.
That's not on our list, but that's a good one, Michelle. I cannot personally stand people eating at the buffet, even the buffet. You're there, your armpits are all hairy, and bathing suits and things are hanging out, and you're leaning over food, but that's an example. That's an example of what things we're going to talk tonight about. And we want to hear input from you guys. So, we're going to have some open time here. You may bring things up and we jump on it and say, hey, yeah, that was on our list too. So, but things have changed, times are changed. And let's see, Lee says, I'm going on my first cruise on Saturday on the Sunshine. Lee!
Oh, Lee, you're going to have so much fun.
You're going to have so much fun. I'm jealous. I wish I was on the ship with you. And is that the Journey with the Gingers going to be on that same cruise? They're going to, they may already be on a cruise ship right now, but Journey with the Gingers is maybe on that same cruise with you. But you're going to have a great time. I hope you've seen one of our 100 videos on the Sunshine.
Eileen, I saw a very good question.
Was Eileen?
Okay. That is it. That is an excellent question that we need. That is a good question to address.
It's a good question to address. Yes. Yeah, I think you do need to bring money.
We always do.
We always bring money, especially, different things like, for example, Half Moon Cay on Carnival ship. When you go there, they want everything on a sign and sell card. Mm-hmm. So they don't take cash or anything.
Correct.
Now, if you want to tip somebody like a couple of dollars, you can, but you can also do that on your sign and sell card. But yeah, I always bring cash with us. Number one, I like to use it in the casino. You don't have to. You could use that on your sign and sell card too, and then pay it off when you get off the ship or at the end of the cruise. But yeah, just like luggage, give a couple dollars per bag. They say anywhere from $2 to $5 per bag. We usually tip, we give them $5 to $10 for a couple of bags. And sometimes I end up unloading the whole thing, but I still want to take care of the porters. I don't want them slinging my bags like crazy. Right. And treat my bags wrong, but
some places only take cash, and then other places only take cards, and so you're best to have both.
So I think we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago when we were in Nassau, and we got a cab ride down to Margaritaville, and another couple jumped in with us, and it cut our costs down because there was 5 of us versus 3. Mm-hmm. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, I'll do it for this much versus this much because there's 5 of you in here." And I was like, "Yeah, jump on in here with us." They had to get in the very back. We didn't have to. And we started driving down the road, and the guy said how much the price was. And the lady's like,
you take a credit
you do
card,
take credit cards, don't you? And he's like, no, cash only. And she's like, wait a minute, I told the person at the the taxi stand that I needed somebody that uses credit cards. He said, ma'am, everybody in Nassau uses cash only for taxis. If there is some out here, I don't know about them, but it's cash only.
Yep.
So, we got to the point where we always bring cash, pay cash. And then he was going to have to take her to an ATM machine to get money out. So that
he ended up giving them the ride free.
He gave it to them for free, which I don't know, I felt bad about that too.
I gave him extra tip, but I didn't pay their whole way.
Right. So yeah, there's a lot of things like that, questions like that. Cash is always king, as we know. I like to tip to people. I always tip the room steward at the end. With cash. We tip them up front, to give the, bring the ice. Yeah. We say, hey, I know it's not a lot of money. Here's $20. Hey, keep the ice coming every day. And this last cruise, they did it twice a day.
She did.
She would bring it morning and evening twice a day. So we gave her a little extra at the end, tipping her good. So
and she was like, I didn't bring ice today because of whatever reason, the last day, but.
Chuck, that would not be rude, by the way, just to let you know. I mean, in Europe, it's okay, Michelle. I mean, people in Europe can, we have to. The
dining room or the.
He didn't say dining room. He said, are the women topless on your cruises? That's what he's talking about.
Okay, no.
It's called the observation deck. Some of the ladies twerking in front of the small kids should be rude.
Yes. However, in Bonaire, the beach can be topless.
Yeah, the beach can be topless in Bonaire. But let's go through and say hey. Let's go hey real quick, and then we got our list. We'll go through and have a good time. You guys give us some examples when we start going through this of, yeah, that happened to me. Hey, what about this one? We'll check it off our list and go, yeah, this happened. We saw this too. Just have a good time with this. Blaine was in here early saying, hey, and then we had Meg was in here. She's still in here.
Hey.
That was me accidentally from Real Dead. Let me tell you up front of this video, Josh Halstead from Adventures Ahead and myself, we have a horror channel, HORROR, no WHOR. HORROR. My southern drawl gets kind of drawn out sometimes. If you're into scary movies, horror movies, we do everything horror. Collectibles, movie reviews, trailer reviews. Last night we had an interview with a guy named Cody Leach. And if you're into movie reviews, he does regular movies, but mostly horror movies. It was our biggest interview we've done with our channel. I think he's got 160,000 subscribers, and it went great. Watch the beginning of that video because Josh makes absolutely full of himself, and it's just the first 10 minutes is worth it. Him turning red in the face, and
Mike just enjoyed.
He was like starstruck. I mean, it was like, it was like meeting Michelle or something. He's like, blah, 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 blah. It's well worth the first 5 minutes of the video. We may make a short out of it. But yeah, we love horror movies, horror conventions, all that kind of stuff. Shameless plug for that channel. REEL, real.
Like a movie reel.
As a movie reel, because I'm old enough to, I used to work in a movie theater for about 10 years. Dead, DEAD, Real Dead. Check it out. Let's go say hey to everybody else. But yeah, Josh was kind of embarrassing to himself. Linda Floyd is in here. Hey, Miss Linda, good to see you in here. Roy and Amanda, the shows and the shalls and all in between is in here as well. And I think I said Miss Eileen, did I or did I not? Miss Eileen from New York or New Jersey is in the house. I'll get that right. Mike is in the house. Good to see you, Mike. Miss Elena, cruising with Elena, I think. She is our sunshine buddy. She loves the sunshine. And Habib, our buddy from Rock Hill, South Carolina. And I hope Mia's listening to this too. If not, she can always catch the replay. But I hope y'all both are doing well, Habib. And who else we got?
Barb Smith.
Barb Smith is in the house right there.
Yeah.
About missed that. My eyesight is so bad.
Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Paul Vines is in the house. Good to see you, Paul. Howdy. Miss Lauren is in the house. Great video, Lauren, last weekend, Saturday. I was trying to go to Bojangles. I love me some Bojangles here in North Carolina. And I was watching her video. I was driving. You're not supposed to do that. But her video was so good about a room tour.
What am I supposed to do with him?
Did I say that out loud?
You did.
I'm sorry. Don't ever do that, kids. Our age group is way not kids. Chuck Spencer's in the house. Good to see you, Chuck. Ronnie, life is good today. He's a bigger Carnival Sunshine brother too. Good friend here in North Carolina, North Kakalaki. Just Dave is in the house. Good to see you, Just Dave.
Cruising with Elena. One up.
Huh?
One up. Cruising with Elena.
Second, rudeness. Don't squash me on the elevator. Catch another one. Yes. And big guy here always stands right in the dead center towards the right of the door. So when it opens up, there may just be 2 people right behind me, but they all think, oh God, that thing's full. I'm gone. What's funny is Anthony and other people think that you just keep holding the elevator button.
Yeah, there was a conversation
closed,
about that.
and it really works. It doesn't. Let's see. Lee, good to see you in the house. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And let's see. I really don't see you two as being rude at all.
I try very hard.
We try not to be, you know, we are getting older and forgetful. So I sometimes call people the wrong names. I'm starting to become like my grandfather, and you call people like, hey, Johnny, Jimmy, John, Cheyenne, Charlie, Joey, and it's really all dogs that we have. But don't be loud past 10 p.m. in their rooms. Lots of old people sleeping, young kids over. Yes, this old guy. I have complained.
Elena's got him coming tonight.
Talking to the clouds out there. That's the old man talking to clouds. That's me. Yep, that's all on our list too. So here.
Oh.
Hello, darling. Hello, gorgeous Miss Meg. I don't have that deep, powerful voice like Paul. We need him. We need to have Paul. Sweet. We need Paul's voice over here so I can hit the button and say, "Hello, gorgeous Miss Meg." Send that to me on Marco Polo, Paul, and I will put it on the soundboard over there. Only if you allow me to do it, though. Let's see who else we got here. So, question. I haven't been on. Okay, we got that one.
Cash,
okay.
Yes.
I
agree, Meg.
Okay, so here he goes. Cruising with Lena. Okay, gentlemen. Old school is rude, but it doesn't bother me personally if you wear a hat. Okay, so it is rude, but she says she's okay with it. Okay, all right.
Meg, I agree. Bathing suits in the buffet. If you have a cover up, that's fine. But just out there with everything hanging out, I think it's rude.
Yeah, yeah. And what? No shirt? Yeah, it is gross in my opinion. Yep. Wait, women top. Okay, I already got that one. You just got back from the Sun Show. Yeah, Lauren just got back.
Was it fun?
And I think did you have a good time? Has it lived up to your expectations, Lauren? Any you know, I know James Love does a great job on that ship. Love the Ocean Plaza area. Love that ship. You know, I don't even have to go to the Lido and I have a good time on that ship. I mean, we could just not even go out there. It's usually packed anyway. You can't go anywhere. But
yeah, lots of fun in the casino.
So Lee says, I've seen all on the videos on the Sunshine. I want to try to do a video like you on my wife. You do the editing. Yeah.
Good plan.
I try to get Michelle to do the editing and she hasn't done it yet.
No. Go up one with Elena again.
Personally, I don't like my personal space invades. Don't be so close I can feel you breathing or smell you. Amen. Get a hallelujah for that one.
My space around me.
I don't know what sound that was. I apologize ahead of time. I can't remember. So I think we're down towards the bottom here. Don't forget to smash that like button. That's right. Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate that. Yes.
Thank you.
Eileen, cash is king, and they appreciate the cash. And let's see what else we got. Real Dead. Yes, that is our channel. Oh, right there it is. Real Dead for horror content. If you don't like scary movies, don't
Thank
sub
you,
to
Meg,
it.
on their behalf.
Only if you like scary movies, go check that out. But we have a good time on there. You know, listen, we're not making money. It's all for fun, but we're having a good time doing it.
Eileen is from New York.
New York. Okay.
New York.
Cream is the money. That's right. That's right. Money, cash is king.
Yes.
I'm from Texas, but my fiance lives in Chickamauga, Georgia. You know me, I butchered the heck out of that.
That's quite the
distance. Okay, yeah, that's a long distance relationship there. Okay.
That is quite the
well,
distance.
come on the Sunshine all the way up here in Charleston, South Carolina. This moving to Norfolk next year. So
hey Marjorie.
So
Thank
yeah,
you
hey Marjorie,
joining.
good to see you, Marjorie. Good to always see you in the house. And then we got Scott saying, hey, Trivia Ray, we're all coming in, Mike. Hey, come on in here. We're talking about rudeness. We're getting ready to get rude up in here. So yeah. Bone Tired Traveler is one of our favorite channel names out there. Nice. Love it, love it, love it. And let's see. Linda Floyd says rudeness. Don't try to get on the elevator until everyone gets off the elevator. We
Yes.
just talked about that before we came on here, did we not, Michelle?
We did.
We did. That's
And
on our,
sometimes
it's on our list too.
it definitely is.
So let's see what else we got here, Michelle. I think we're down towards the bottom here.
Your cup's in my way.
I'm sorry. Portholes and pixie dust. I've seen that before. Good to see you in the house. Love the name of that. Love the name of that.
Yeah.
I hate seeing the line of people removing those gratuities on the last day of the cruise.
That
May be a topic we bring up. So far, we're at 94% don't remove the gratuities and 6% not. Listen, we're not shaming you if you do.
No.
We
I would like to convince you, though.
I would like to convince you not to. But I'm going to tell a little story if we have enough time about that, because I was in line one time and it got pretty ugly between a couple of people arguing about that. The astute tourist is in the house. Good to see you. Always good to see you in here. And let's see, rude and gross. People dropping utensils in the buffet line and then try.
Oh,
that's on our list too.
Y'all
are going to have our whole show done in the first 20 minutes of the show. That is on there. And I'm going to give you a secret. I've seen workers do that. I've seen a worker do that. And then I grabbed a napkin and put over the utensil and handed it back to him. I said, I shook my head like that. And then they took it and went to the back. Yes, that happened. It's Carnival, but we've only been on Carnival but one ship, but yeah, it was pretty nasty. Yes, we had a blast. We went to Princess Keys. It was beautiful. It's been a while since we've been to Princess Keys. Yes, and we've only been one time to Princess Keys. We do want to go back, but we love Half Moon Key. Like every time we go to Half Moon Key, I'm like, this is the.
It is. It's so beautiful.
I don't know that I've been to a prettier beach in the whole world.
We have, even though this time we were way on down.
Way on down there. The water is like sugar white, but we do want to go back to Princess Keys. That was one of the first cruises we went on with Anthony.
It was,
and I did like the snorkeling there.
Snorkeling was good.
The rocks were rough. We had to have the shoes on.
Yes.
It's not like that, but there is a lot more sea life, a lot more creature features probably.
Features.
But yeah, let's see who else we got down here. So Bone Tired Chuck, Astute, Leroy. I meant to say my wife lives in Chicken. Like, oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I'm sorry, no problem at all, man. You're gonna have a great time in the sunshine. You're gonna love that cruise.
Yes.
First cruise ever. Just make sure you got some. You probably won't get seasick, but just make sure you bring some medicine, like just in case. Pepto-Bismol is another thing to bring. Bonine, just in case you get seasick. Let's see. This is my entitled me, but if I make myself up and smell good, hair done, ready for good dining, food me, get hot, good. I don't like cold food served to me. Yes.
I agree.
That's true. That's very true.
I agree.
I don't like getting all dressed up. And some people do. And that's, hey, some people do.
Some people just go all out.
I'll really go in sweatpants and t-shirt, but they won't let me do it on Elegant Night.
And when we first started cruising,
we did. We dressed all up. Man, I had a suit.
I was excited about it, and
took one cruise and sweating, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that again." Miss Holly's in that house. Good to see you, Miss Holly. Always good to see you in here. Our librarian that can cook like no other.
Yes.
I go on my balcony for peace and quiet. I don't want to hear someone's music played obscenely loud. Yes. Real loud music is very, very obscene.
I agree with Meg right there too.
We are huge tippers in this house. Yeah, we believe in that too, because I remember my mother, worked extra jobs trying to make money and raising two kids and getting child support, and she worked extra jobs as a waitress, and it's tough. I mean, it really is tough.
It is tough.
Let's see who else we got in here. I think we're down at the bottom. Tess. I was so excited to hear that you guys are going on the Pride in October, because I thought we would get to see you guys, but we don't go until October the 20th.
Aww.
Just gonna miss you, Tess. Yeah, we go the first week of October. The 6th is when we go out. 5th
I think
or 6th?
it is the 6th. I think.
Yeah, so we're just gonna miss you by 2 weeks, man. We'll leave something up. We'll leave something somewhere for you, hide it for you, and then tell you to find it.
We'll make up for it some other time.
Some kind of gimmick or something. I don't know. Just messing. So let's see. Virgin Cruises lets you dress however you want in every venue. Wow.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Let's see. Watching your vlogs, got to go on the Sunshine last August. Loved it now. And have a back-to-back booked at Christmas.
Awesome.
Awesome, Linda. Yeah, I've
Awesome.
seen you. You've been cruising like crazy, man. Enjoy that time. Get on those cruise ships. Life is short, man. We all need cruise, you know. This. Listen, I'm not getting into political stuff, but all this political environment stuff going on right now, you know, people get mad at each other and all that. We're not talking about that now, but it just makes me enjoy vacation even more. Because like when you go on vacation, you don't like I don't want to see CNN or Fox or
I don't want to see it at home.
ABC, NBC. I don't want to see that news on TV. Now I could get if it was election night, I could guess maybe that one night see that. But I don't want to see no news or anything. I don't want to see nothing like that on it. I just want to escape. You know,
Yep.
that's the reason I'm doing it. Habib says, what did he say? Let's see. Where's he at here? Rude.
Yeah.
Rude, bring on my balcony and sniff of the weed. Yeah, we smell a lot of that.
Yep.
So
And
hey,
they must be hiding it well because
Real Dead says 185, Mike. So listen, Real Dead, and here's Josh, not me. I just put the plug in Josh earlier about our video last night. Josh is coming here for spamming our chat tonight.
thank you for the $1.99.
And yeah, $1.99. So Josh, do you get that or I get that? No. I guess we'll get part of that. Maybe Anthony will get part of that. But he's in other words saying there's 185 views on that video since 6:30 tonight. So
He's excited.
He's excited. Even though, remember, go watch that video because Josh flubs up really bad in the first 5 minutes of the video. It's well worth watching his like being starstruck and him. Blah, 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 blah.
Quit giving him a hard time.
All right. But the reviews on Virgin, the food is the worst. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, some people I've heard say the food is really good on Virgin, that they love it. And I think here I hear the show saying we have sailed at Virgin 3 times. Trust me, the food is absolutely delicious. Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I say. I've heard some people say they absolutely love Virgin's food. Now, I think a lot of cruise lines, when they first start out, like MSC, Virgin, when you first start out, maybe the food is not quite where it needs to be, even brand new cruise ships. But then over time, it gets better. You know, I heard MSC, for example, and I haven't been on there. It had a lot of European flavor to it. And it's just not what Americans are used to here. So, you know, things changed over time and evolved. So we have heard nothing but good things about Virgin food. We board on Wednesday. Oh, awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but you know, early on I heard it, but I've heard nothing but good things about Virgin food. I have too, since after the initial time. Eileen says, looking forward to the food on Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the food on the Celebrity Reflection. I mean, I really did.
Yep.
I just hope since they moving that ship down to Miami or doing a 3-day Fort Lauderdale, or it's only doing a 3-day, I think sometimes now, that that ship doesn't go down. You know what I mean? It just becomes a party, like a booze cruise, a party ship. I hope it doesn't. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I hope it doesn't, because that's a really nice ship. And we're going back on Celebrity out of Port Canaveral next year on the Cruise Dorks group cruise. So yeah, we're going to go on that and really look forward to that Celebrity cruise. Next year we got 3 different cruise lines booked next year. Carnival, Princess.
We're excited about that one too.
Alaska, and then we got Celebrity in the October. Yeah, November the 1st. So we're definitely venturing out. Everyone here needs to do Celebrity Reflection out of Florida, Fort Lauderdale, our favorite cruise this year so far. I agree. Portholes and Pixie Dust, we really enjoyed that ship. We went in February, and
we had so much fun.
We did. I love the martini bar.
That martini bar is so
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I really liked it. And the buffet, I'd put it up against a lot of MDRs. I mean, it was that good. And their MDR was really good.
Super nice.
All right, so let's talk about rudeness. Talk about rudeness. So we have the Reflection in May of next year.
You'll love it.
Tina, you'll love it. Great ship. Like I said, I just hope it doesn't go down, since it's going on it's dropping down to a 3-day. I hope the ship doesn't get trashed. I don't think it will.
It's a little bit different, so I'm hoping that it will not.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. I hope it doesn't become a booze ship or anything. So let's look at this list we got here. And some of these things you guys have already brought up.
Yep.
And again, you guys can bring up some of this stuff for us too. All right, number one on our list. We sailed on the Celebrity Reflection June 28th through 1st for our first 3 days. Still the same great ship.
Good.
Awesome. Good to hear. So Tina says hers is a 4-nighter. Okay, great. So I know they're probably doing 3 and a 4-day to get, get two cruises out of 1 week.
Right.
We went on a 7-dayer when we went. And
so nice.
if you think about it, it's a way for them to make a lot more money. If they up the price a little bit and they're getting twice as many people on in a 7-day time period.
Yep.
It's actually really smart. That's why some of these larger cruise lines now are doing these shorter cruises with less people. I mean, with less days, is they're just making more money. I mean,
more people can fit that into their schedule.
Yep. So let's see here. It's honestly crazy how hands it's got. Yep. So Eileen says I'm going on a 7-nighter. Awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. All right. Hogging chairs.
Ooh.
Rude. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand.
It doesn't matter how many signs are out there. Doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter. They seem to always be, people out there putting their books out there, putting their towels out there, and they're never around. You can go out there and go 2 hours later. They come back and still stuff.
There's
same
a
stuff out
line
there.
of 10 chairs with just towels on it.
I know. I mean, to me, hogging the chairs is just it's just rude in my opinion. I know some people don't believe that. They get up early. They'll go out there at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, get their coffee, run, do whatever they want to do. But then they put their stuff out there and they just leave it. Same thing in the Serenity areas. You can go up there in Serenity areas and the clamshells, little cabana clamshells, and people have their books all in there, their bags and all that, and they're nowhere there. They go eat or do whatever they want to do, and it just drives me crazy. Celebrity accent, yes, good food, awesome. So, wow, some great trips. Hope you have a blast. Yes. Chair hoggers, my husband is guilty of that. All right, so we're talking about you. Hey, we may be talking about ourselves on some of these. So listen, this is just open conversation. If you're guilty, you're just guilty, right?
Well,
hey,
we've done these.
We've done some of these ourselves, so we're not, listen, there is some shame in our game. That's what we're talking about tonight. They need to hire me to police those chairs. Our work probably gets reported every cruise. All right. Elevator invaders. Somebody brought that up earlier.
Yep. And Mike and I talked about this right before
we went live. So there's a couple things on elevators. Number one, there is the people that as soon as the door opens, they're rushing you.
Right.
They're like, you're still trying to get off off the elevator. And they're not even giving you time to get out. Right. And then there's the kind that like you're trying to, you're just waiting there and like they don't know
people come out.
You're letting people come out and then
they're standing in the door.
They're just standing there, and then all of a sudden, the last second, they're like, "Oh, wait, and you're like,
and you're colliding.
Right.
So,
did we ever tell the story about Anthony? What happened with that?
I don't think so.
So yeah, we were debarking on these Sunshine, just a couple of weeks ago, and we were on trying to get an elevator
to get off.
And the elevator opened up. Everybody.
This is at debarkation
right.
when it's so crowded with people in their luggage and all that.
So we had luggage with us. So we were trying to roll on, but Anthony got on first, and then we tried to get on, and the elevator door shut on us.
Yes.
Nobody tried to hold it open for us. I couldn't get my arm in. Anthony had his arm in, and it shut all the way on him. And me and another guy, and his wife was on there with Anthony. Or no,
another guy was on.
The man was on there with Anthony, and his wife was with us. We were like.
So to rewind, luckily we had ate dinner beside of this couple the first night at the steakhouse. So it's not the first time we had
we got lucky.
We had interaction and we had talked, and Mike talks to anybody. So we had struck up a conversation and we had chit-chatted with them. So luckily it was somebody that we were familiar with. So this man and Anthony, with all these other people, luckily went up 2 floors or down 2 floors.
And people were screaming. They were like, no. Right. And then luckily we texted Anthony right away and was like, stay on that elevator. Don't get off.
Right. We will get you.
We will get you. We're waiting right here until that elevator opens up again, and then we're going to get on there. We didn't want him getting off and getting lost.
Right.
And then luckily the man knew his wife was with us, and he had the luggage. He got off on the 5th floor, and we were on the 3rd or something like that. And he told Anthony to watch his luggage, and he came down and told us that, hey, I got your son up here. He's watching my luggage.
So we met back
we got back up. So going in the future, the adults would get on there first, and Anthony would get on last.
He will be in between us.
We'd never had that happen on all the cruises we were on.
But that door would not open.
It was scary.
Yes. It would have squashed something. It would not open.
So I don't like the fact that they don't let us get off the elevator first. On Princess back in May, I hollered, excuse me, to this older Chinese lady because she bombarded the elevator. Yeah, I mean, I've even told people, like, just rude.
Right.
And then I've also held the door open for them so they could get on. And excuse me, and they wouldn't even say thank you.
Nope.
You don't worry about my hat in the main dining room. You at least say thank you that I held the door open for you. And that could be anywhere. Holding the door in the bathrooms. I mean, I told Michelle the last cruise in the men's restroom, just around Ocean Plaza where the elevators are at. I was going to the restroom in there, and this little old man came up on a scooter, and I stood outside, and I thought he might need help getting up out of the scooter. And I said, "You need any help, sir?" And he's like, "No." He stood up. I'm holding the door open for the gentleman, and he's probably late 60s, mid 60s, late 60s. I mean, he's not like 80 or 90 or anything. He walks right by me, doesn't say thank you. He can't open the bathroom door. I help open that door for him. He goes in, doesn't say kiss my ass, thank you, or nothing. I'm like, dude, you're old enough to know better than that, man. I mean, I get it. He's old enough to be my granddad. Well, maybe not.
Your dad, maybe.
Yeah, maybe my dad. I just couldn't believe he would not say thank you. I mean, I don't know. That's just different times, I guess.
But back to the elevators. There are some times when if people are slow to get off, I have gotten in when they couldn't make up their mind where they want to go. But I think it makes a big difference how you present yourself. If you say, I am very sorry, I think that goes a long way.
Who's blowing up your phone? Your son?
No, I don't think so. It's my aunt.
Oh. So maybe, yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
they were very nice.
Come on in here. Yeah, they were very nice. Yeah, thank you seems to be a lost art. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right. So next, cutting in line. I've seen people cut in line in the buffet bar line.
Every time.
I've seen people cut in line at the, you name it. They're cutting in line for it. And like, I'm holding these 8 spots for these 8 people coming in line. I'm like, really? I just don't understand the cutting the line. I mean, if I know I'm old, I'm heavy, I got bad knees, you can wait in line with me. And listen, if you're in a scooter or something like that, I understand something like that. But people,
again, how you present yourself means a whole lot.
Right. I mean, if you let the people around you know too, like, hey, I got my family's right over there. Will you at least answer her or something? Jeez. She's blowing up Michelle's phone's like this. All right. Letting kids run wild. We talked about that. We talked about that the other day when we were on here. Kids running wild up and down the halls. Parents not knowing where the kids are at. Stealing stuff off the doors. The rudeness. Just respect for other people. The elevators on Disney Magic were the fastest open to close elevators we've ever experienced. We sold it back in June for their Lookout K Media preview cruise. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just the whole thing's about kids getting on elevators and getting lost is kind of scary too.
It is. I mean, Anthony's 13, so I mean, it's not, but I can imagine if it was a small child.
So yeah, cutting in line always happens on ships. Just wait the rest of us. I got back in line. It shows that word. Yeah. Yeah. You were talking about the kids were running and knocking on the doors on our cruise. Well, that was also a problem on our cruise, but they were smashing ice cream on the door. See, it wasn't just me, Lauren, that experienced that either. I mean, that's just another good example. Why would kids do that?
Why would parents allow that?
I know I say this and people say it's never going to happen, and it will never happen. I know the curfew is like what, 1 o'clock in the morning
It
for
is 1
kids.
o'clock.
That's way too late.
Mhm.
To me, anything after 9 or 10 o'clock,
Mhm.
unless you're, a certain age, to me, 18 and older,
Mhm.
you need to be with your parents.
Mhm.
And if your parents don't want to be out that late, then you need to be back in the room with them. I know that's awful young. And when I'm 16, I can out and drive and do everything I want to. And not all kids are this way, but
Mine is not.
the few that are that way ruin it for so many people.
Yes, it does.
But yeah. All right. So obnoxious drunks. Betsy and Mike, this is an intervention for y'all. There are some drunks that wear Speedos and just prance around doing twerking stuff on the Lido decks. There's people with cowbells out there, like hitting cowbells and doing crazy stuff. We do not need obnoxious drunk. No, I'm just picking.
We laugh at obnoxious drunks.
Every time I see that, I die laughing. More cowbells. But we told this story a couple weeks ago. We had somebody, like a lady, that was drunk. She was in her scooter in the Ocean Plaza area. She was dropping the MF, profanity, F bomb, every other word.
Bad.
Listen, I'm not a prude. I told you I watch horror movies.
Oh, I can have a mouth on me sometimes too.
Michelle has a mouth like a sailor, especially when she's driving. Yeah, she does a Hail Mary there. But the, to do that in front of a bunch of other kids and stuff around you, like dropping the F bomb and stuff, is just not, to me, not
Anthony
right.
was looking at her and then looking at us like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
So let's say, saw on YouTube that some maintenance man got squished and dragged him through. So watch your kids there. So yeah, you need to, you definitely do. And going forward, we're going to go first. We never had that happen, but I couldn't believe how quick they were.
Yes. Usually elevators, if you put motion in front of them, something in front of them, they're going to open back up.
Bone Time Travis says, nurse here, road rage. I feel you, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle takes her frustration out at work on the road with all those people driving.
It's not exactly true.
I'm obnoxious sober as well. Okay.
We love you, Betsy.
Not all kids are created equal. That's true.
Truth.
That's true. My son's that way too. If he did do it, and if he has, and I found out, it would not happen again.
It sure wouldn't.
It wouldn't. I promise you that it wouldn't. He wouldn't go back on another cruise. So what here it says, mom needs to wash their mouth out with soap. Yes. I remember as a kid, I remember one time, I think I told you a story, right? My mom threatened me one time with soap, and I was probably 8th grade. So I was probably 13, 14 years old. Anthony's age. And my mom threatened me with soap one time, and I had a smart mouth on me, and it was bad. Looking back, I was stupid. I was a single mom raising 2 kids. And she said, if you say that again, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. And I was like, I ain't scared of no soap. I said, give me that soap. And I grabbed that big bar of soap, and I went, you idiot. And I started throwing up everywhere. My mom started laughing at me, and I was like, you big idiot. I just thought I was going to show her. I was like, I'm a man, Mom. You can't tell me. That soap don't scare me none. Oh, God. It was so bad. I showed her all right. I didn't cuss at her no more either. I didn't cuss at her. I was talking back to her. Oh gosh. My mom was old school though. My mom was like, you start talking back, it was just like Eddie Murphy, take the shoe off and like boomerang it. Like she'd be like hitting everybody back here. My sister would get hit, everybody would get hit, and you'd be like, dang, okay, Mom. Yeah. That's how the mamas did back in the day, you had to go pick your own switch. Balcony smokers. We've had that a little bit happen, but not a whole lot.
It's not been horrible.
The only thing I have,
but it would make me angry.
The only thing I've noticed, and I don't know why, it's like a gang. I don't know, like especially on carnival ships. When you go by the smoking area and you're not a smoker, it's like they look at you like
they're judging me.
What's he doing over here? He don't smoke. Why is he coming over here?
Stay out of our space.
This is our spot. It's like the Jets or something. Like you don't come over here, man. This is my spot.
And sometimes I'm looking, judging, because they've got some really nice areas.
They got nicer areas than I do on some of the cruise ships. I'm like, dang, they got the nice, fluffy, friendly
They got some nice areas.
And I don't have nothing like it over here where I'm sitting. So yeah. Soap first, then the dad's belt. That's right. It come all out in one motion, with the dad's belt. It's like first he had to reach it and just undo it. And then, the second time it came out in one motion. And he was in trouble. Yeah. I remember my uncle would tell me still today, he's a preacher down in eastern part of North Carolina. And I told him one time, I was really young, probably 4 or 5 years old. He was down smoking behind a car or truck out like a junkyard area. And everybody had a fire pit back then, trash burning, out in the country. And he was down there and he was probably, if I was 4 or 5 years old, then he wasn't but like 11, 12, 13 years old. And he was back there smoking. Everybody smoked back then. Everybody started smoking 13, 14 years old. He was back there smoking. I went and told on to my granddad. And my granddad made him go and get a switch. He brought it back and it wasn't good enough. He said, go back and bring me 3 this time. He brought him 3 of them back and wore him out in front of me. And I remember being in one of his church services. He brought this up at a church service. He made me feel about this tall, but yeah, that was a funny story. It's funny to me now. It wasn't for him, but
no, I'm sure it was. But
yeah, he hated me for a long time.
So, there's one thing about having fun and just having fun and being,
listen, there's nothing wrong with having a few drinks and getting a little, what they call a little buzz. I mean, you're not driving, right? As long as you're not driving the scooters around running into people. I mean, you're on a ship, right? You ain't got to drive the ship. Have a good time. Do some karaoke. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
No, not at all. But when you become rude, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, so we had a lovely neighbor beside our balcony drunk, puking off the side. Oh, God, that's nasty.
Oh.
Now, that is rude. That is rude.
That is bad.
Rudeness in the casino. I was getting on a machine of celebration. A guy ran right in front of me and got on the machine.
I'm not surprised at that at all.
That is very rude, and I don't doubt that one bit.
Yep.
So I am a very curious mobility scooter driver, unless someone tries to cut me off and then getting on the elevator, and then I've been waiting for them. Okay,
that is horrible. And we have taught Anthony, you always let somebody that's on a scooter or that has, mobility issues, you always let them go first.
Yep. All right, so we're going to our second page here. We might have missed some stuff. So, bad buffet manners. That's definitely, we talked about that earlier.
There's a lot of things that go under that title.
To me, not wearing a shirt at the buffet line is just, I don't know.
The bathing suit thing, yes.
I grew up not wearing a shirt at the table. I mean, not wearing a hat at the table, but you had to put your shirt on to be at the dinner table. You couldn't be at the dinner table without a shirt on. No matter what, no matter if it's 95, 100 degrees outside and you've been working, cutting trees down, whatever, out in the field, out in the garden, whatever, you put a shirt on to come back to the table.
Yep.
I never remember seeing my granddad ever without a shirt. He always had a shirt on. I mean, like, again, he was a pastor, but he just didn't believe in it. He just, you don't go without a shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
His sons did. They went around outside in the hot all the time, but he just did not believe in that. But, so buffet manners, cutting in line, put a shirt on, put a coverall on women. We don't need all that stuff hanging out.
Nope.
Seeing everything, no sweat underneath the armpits coming down. Even like in the dining area, put a shirt on, in my opinion. I just don't think that's the right place. Now, if you're out around the Lido deck and you've got a burger like from guys and you brought it out around the loungers around the pool, I can see that.
Yeah.
But if you're on the inside part where other people are eating and sitting down, I don't know. I just feel like that's really rude. That's just, again, my personal opinion. You may not believe that.
Yes. Don't grab plates and then decide that you have too many or whatever and put them back on the plate stack. Do not, if you touch it, then it does not belong back in there. Same with silverware.
I'm Aussie. We swear for expressions, not for hostility. Michelle's got a little Aussie in her too. Then I can't imagine my husband going through the buffet with no shirt. No, I think it's nasty. I mean, that's just me personally.
Yep.
Ever since that guy on the Sunshine tried putting that spoon back, we haven't eaten there on the other cruise since then. Yep. It's just gross, in my opinion. You know, it's just in my opinion, it's gross.
It definitely is.
Let's see. Not supervising your kids. We kind of talked about that.
We talked about that.
That's, to me, very rude. I mean, it's not other people's responsibility to watch after your kids. Now, if you take them to one of the Camp Oceans or something like that, I understand that. But
and they won't be bothering me.
Right. But if they're out there and they're doing some crazy stuff and adults have to look after them and say, hey, don't do this, you're going to get hurt. Don't do that. Don't be climbing on the rails or you're going to fall over.
Oh, gosh.
Don't be, you know, like I was even walking at the mall the other day. And this lady had her small kid, like 4 years old, running in the mall, was on the second level at Haynes Mall. And they started climbing up on the glass railing, like the glass part that has the hand railing at the top. Man, I about freaked out when I saw that.
Like the lady letting the kids stand up on the rail, alligator enclosure.
Yeah, just about as bad. So, hey, guys, good to see you. Love your videos. Good to see you in here.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
We have not been on the Venezia. Venezia, I probably pronounced that wrong. I do know Adventures Ahead has recently. I probably want to check out their channel. Anybody else in here that's been on that ship, you can put your name in here. Put hashtag. Actually, let's go ahead and say it right now. If you have a channel and you want to, let's see if it works. Hashtag LUVY. Put that in the comments, and let's see if Nightbot is working or not. It may not be working, but that will put a link into your channel. But I know Adventures Ahead did that cruise ship. And did Betsy and Mike do that for just a 2 or 3 day out there in California? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it's out of New York right now, right?
Yes,
so that may work and it may not work. Yep, it did work. Bone Tired Traveler. So it is working. Nightbot's throwing it in there. But hashtag Lovey, LUVY. It'll put a link in your channel. I think there's like a 30-second, 45-second delay. So just heads up on that if you got your own channel. It does take a little time for that to pop up, and you may have to put it in there a couple of times because somebody else may have beat you to it. But check out one of these channels tonight. Go and sub to their channel and check it out. Hand washing.
Several people just said, and this kind of goes along with hand washing, don't let kids make their own plates. You know, it has not been very long since I let Anthony start making his own plate.
Yeah, wash your own hands.
And he's 13.
And he's 13, yeah. Definitely wash your hands. There's hand washing stations. I have seen guys, listen, ladies, talk to your men. I have been in the restroom on cruise ships washing my hands and see a guy behind me that was at a urinal. Now, maybe he was doing hands-free. I don't know. But he just, whatever he did, he zips it up and he just walks out the door. And I'm like, yeah, it's sickening. It's disgusting. I've seen people at work do that. And I'm like, once I see them do that at work, I'm like, I'm never, ever shaking your hand. I'm not even going to fist bump you on that, buddy. I'm just like, hey, how you doing from a distance? I'm not. But yeah, that is pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Been in the restroom and watched the ladies use the restroom and walk out without washing it.
Oh.
Okay. Michelle,
girls are supposed to be better than that.
Michelle, they're calling you out.
It ain't me. You will not. Another woman is never going to see me do that.
I always ask Anthony when I see him come out. I was like, Anthony, wash your hands. I said, let me see them.
He's
let
like,
me smell them.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a faux wash or a real wash? Let me smell. I don't smell. Did you just put water on them and make the sound and then dry them off? Is there some soap sitting there? I don't smell any soap on them, you know? Just giving him a hard time, letting him know that
he washes his
hands because he knows I'll ask him about it. And I'll ask him, let me smell my fingers.
Quit it.
Don't ever come, if you're a guy or a woman, don't ever come out of the bathroom doing this. It's pretty disgusting, right? It's pretty rude. If their hands aren't moist, they weren't washed.
Truth.
It could be a faux wash. Remember, just the water and not really using the soap either. Just remember that. Mike seen that happen too. Yeah, that's disgusting. Okay. Also, it says on here smoking outside designated areas. I saw, I think a couple of videos came out recently on that. Like, I think I saw the Naughty Cruiser Mike posted something on that. Tony did recently
Oh, wow.
about seeing people smoking like on their balconies or other areas that were you're not supposed to. But I haven't seen that happen a whole lot. Have you?
Mm-mm. No, I think they're
I mean,
usually
I'm
pretty
sure it does
courteous.
happen. I mean, if you got a balcony and
I have smelled on their balcony. It's not that often, but I have. But as far as other places on the ship, I don't think that I have ever seen anybody smoke outside of the designated areas.
all right, so I want to talk about something now. This is kind of a controversial cruising type topic. Scott, wink, wink. Thank you for those coming in too from the raid
Yes.
that have sticking around tonight. So I want to talk about something that's probably going to may hit some of y'all the wrong way. It may get stuck in your crawl. Some of us down here in the South like to call it in the crawl, the North South of North Carolina.
Wait,
Hey,
continue
Destination
on.
Fun, how you doing in here? And listen, each one of us has to live our own life. We have to decide and make decisions in our life that is our own, what we think's right or wrong. And I'm not asking you to come in here and say I am pro this or I'm not against this or whatever, or I do this. I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot on this at all. And I've heard people give reasons for this. I just personally don't do this, and I'll tell you why. We were on, I can't remember what ship it was. It may have been the Horizon.
It was some time ago.
It was a while back, and I had a charge on my bill, and it was the last day of the cruise, like the last sea day. And hey, how you doing, Gilberts? Good to see you,
Hey,
Gilberts.
you
Nice to
guys.
see you. But the Gibless, how are you? Okay, Gibless. So I had to go get in line, and we had to go talk, about a charge we had on there that shouldn't have been. I think it was like a drink we got charged or something that we shouldn't have been charged. It was, $15 drink or something. So we go down and I wait in line, and there's this lady in front of me, and then there's 3 or 4 ladies in front of her, like a group of ladies, and they're all talking about. Again, I'm telling you a story. Okay, you can agree with it or not on your end. The ladies are like there's like this one lady, like head of the 4 or 5 ladies. She's like, I've just got to get these gratuities taken off of this. That's just way too much money that they're not giving the crew members, and I like to take that money and give it to them myself. And she's saying this with her friends, like getting them all to do it too. And the lady right in front of me, she was pissed. Uh, Number one, and when I heard, it, I was like, I wasn't there for that reason anyway. But I was like, really? And so this lady just kept talking down about the cruise company. I think it was Carnival. She's like, yeah, they don't pay them enough money. They don't do this, and this. And she's, I'm gonna have them take that off I'm having them taking it off so I can go pay them all myself in person. And I want to pay. No, she said, I want to pay the people that helped me out. And the lady in front of me, she was just fuming, and she looked back at me. And she's like, that's wrong. And I said, she looked at me and I said, I personally agree with you, ma'am. I think that's wrong too. So the lady said it one more time, and that lady in front of me went off on her in front of all of her friends. She said, ma'am, she said, what about the guy that's cleaning the rails? What about the guy outside, wiping down everything?
The guys that are painting.
What about the guys painting? What about the guys in the back washing your sheets? What about the ones washing this? What about the ones dishes? She went on and on about like things. And that lady, her mouth just went like, her face just went like dropped. Mm-hmm. She had nothing to say. And listen, I'm not saying you do you. We do us, you do you. And we're not here saying, you have to do what you think's right in your own heart. But that lady laid them out, and that lady that was saying all that stuff came back with nothing, and she just like turned around, All of her little friends turned straight. And luckily I had like faster than fun. And then that line opened up and I was like, I went over to mom and I was like, I don't want to be in that line before, but that lady was hot. But, you know, hey,
It's true.
And we've done that before where we take money, like we'll take money, and if we see somebody cleaning, like that is like cleaning the stairs or cleaning the handrails or, you know, painting or something like that, we'll try to take money. You know, it may only be $2 or $3, maybe a $5, and go up to them and give it to them. And just, no, I'm not saying that to pat us on the back. Don't get me wrong, but those people go unspoken, you know, and I don't know. And in all honesty, I don't know if the cruise line really does give that to them. So I can
only hope that
I hope they do, but I don't know that they are they really seeing that or not? I don't know.
And do they really use that whole amount?
So that's the part of this when those that say that, like, there's 94% say they don't take it off. So 6% say they do take it off. That's the part of the 6% where I see people saying, I'd rather go take it and hand it to them.
But we can't.
But there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people you'd have to personally go find and hand that money to. And you just know what? I could not do that. So I'd much rather leave it on there.
And then the people who do really well for us personally, then I just go over and beyond and give them extra.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I do think, you know, the whole tipping thing is really, I think Roy said something there. I work with clients every day and they don't tip me and I don't expect it. But
I agree. We do tip crazy.
Right. And that's more of an American thing with the tipping, because in other countries like Europe and stuff, some of them don't tip.
Right. But I know those people are underpaid. And they work hard and they are away from their families and they are stuck out on that ship for months at a time, however long their contract is. So, I mean, those people work hard. They work 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. They have to go back to a little squished up room and are away from their families. Right. So they deserve what little money that my tip offers them.
Yeah. All right. So we told y'all that would be a little controversial, but that I just had to tell that one story right there. It is 9:00
on the dot.
We thank you guys for coming in with us and hearing a few of our rudeness stories tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Hey, go check out Beach Please. I think Nightbot dropped the link in on that at some point. But you guys have a great evening. What are we going to go out on, Michelle?
Let's go out on something peaceful, because this week has not been peaceful.
It's not been a peaceful week, has it?
No, it has not. Let's
go out on a little fun, little pier running fun here, okay? Let's go out on that.
They barely made it. Y'all better come on.